of it all, untouchable, a new animal. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another week of LSH Live. I am Jeremy LaRose. This is a hip control video. So we've been going over a lot of hip control in the circles and stuff with our bro courses, but I wanted to show you guys what it looks like when we first start teaching these horses to give their hips up and what that process is and how we go about doing that. So hips are one of those things that it's probably the hardest area to get control over your horse, but it's also the most important. So without hip control, you can't keep that hip underneath of them. You can't keep that leg inside hind driving up as they circle, and they don't have anything to stand on, so they really can't go slow. So if you're going slow without your hip on the inside, if you don't have control of your horse back behind your leg and able to move that horse over, you cannot go slow. So hip control is a fundamental aspect of Western pleasure. So it's something that you're gonna have to spend some time on, something that you need to have really broke loose. So we've done a couple of videos on it over the last week or so. I wanted to show you guys what that process looks like. So with that being said, let's take a look into this ride and go over how we get control of our horse's hips.
When you go to push these hips around for the first time, we're gonna push this head to the side, apply a little bit of pressure. I'm gonna stay until he moves that hip. So right here, no matter what he does, my foot does not come off or soften up until he moves that hip. So if I go to put this spur on, he doesn't move, I'm gonna tap with my opposite leg. So if I got my right leg on, I'm gonna tap by a flock of birds. If I got my right leg on and I'm asking his hip to come this way, I don't wanna kick with this leg, okay? I don't wanna keep that spur moving, I just wanna set it on him. I want him to understand that when there's pressure on your side, you move away from the pressure. If I'm busy doing this, this is pressure on, pressure off, pressure on, pressure off, pressure on, pressure off, pressure on, pressure off. And what I'm really doing there is I'm teaching this horse not to move when he feels something on his hip. So for me, what I need is I want to apply pressure. I'm going to hold that on there until he isolates and gives me that hip. By pulling his head to the side, I take the weight off this right hind. He has to move that leg. So come here, pull this head to the side, there, isolate that and get out. Ask again. There, isolate that and get out. I'll bring his head back over the other side. Just for the sake of doing that, getting him comfortable with that idea, and then I'll walk him forward. I need this horse to go forward when I cluck. See me a little forward back with my feet right there. Come across, reach down, pull that hip. There, nice and soft, very good. See me get out. The second I feel him move, I'm gonna take my foot away, drop my hand out, and give him a break. There, out, okay? The key to that is the release. Right here, pressure, out. The second he goes to move, I'm out. I'm away from him. I'm saying, hey, good job. Ask. There, out. Okay, I don't care that he backed up right there. We can fix that later. All I need him to do right now is understand when he feels pressure right there by his hip, you slide that over, you give me that piece. Pressure, out. Pressure, out. That repetition right there is going to be what helps me out. I'll walk forward, we'll kind of get him thinking about something else, then I'll go to his hips on the other side. So right here, walk forward, pressure, left leg pressure. He's not moving his hip. There, out. Good boy. Big reward, pressure, out. See how I'm not grinding, attacking, burying that spur into his belly, getting super busy and confusing him. I want him to understand there's gonna be pressure on your side. Pressure. Out. Gotta give me that piece. The big thing about that is when we put that leg on, I want that horse to come up and over. I don't want him to think that that leg is going to attack him and just, like right there, you're gonna get that. I just ignore it. Help my foot out with my hand. Isolate that piece, out. Come in here. Isolate that piece, out. Come in here. Isolate that piece, out. See how I'm not gonna press hard with that foot. The harder I press, the more mad he's gonna get, the more I'm just gonna fight with him because he doesn't understand what's happening. And that's super common with your horse when you introduce spurs or introduce moving his hips around, things like that. You gotta get him to where they'll just move away from that pressure. That's it, that's all of it. If he'll move away from the pressure here, one step every time I ask, then I'm on the right track. There, out. Walk him up. Little pressure. There, little pressure. There. Now I can shape up on this side. Try to keep a hip on the inside. Almost right there, got there. Step into it. Good boy. Very good. That's a good first day of asking for hips, and that's exactly what I'm looking to do. Come across here, pressure, head and hip on the same side. Make sure I'm sitting square. Walk up into this. Head and hip, there, nice. Very good. Head and hip on the same side. Good, good. Little steer out of my hands, and now we're right in the same position, maybe not as accurate, but the same exact position that we had Peanut and Enzo in the videos that you've seen before. So now I just need to walk up into this, right here. Perfect. Out. Ask. Lost his shoulders. There, out. Ask. Shoulders in my hands, hip on the inside. Perfect. Right here, walking up, hip on the inside, shoulders in my hands. There, perfect. Good boy. Very good. It's gonna start like that at a walk. I'm gonna try to add it at a jog, and then we'll try loping. And this is a process that's gonna take a week or so, a couple weeks maybe, to get that before you can even begin to work at your lope, okay? Gonna take a week or so, especially this side. See how this horse shoves right into me? This is the side that he kicks out at my foot. So I gotta get this little piece a little bit softer. Gotta refine that piece a little bit so he gives me that whenever I ask for it. Come back across. Come in here, shoulders in my hands, ask. He's leaning on my foot, help my foot out. Right there, ask, help my foot out. See, I'll pick that rein up and help that foot out. One of the big moves that we try to make. Pick that rein up, help my foot out. There, good boy. Let's walk forward. Keep everything in motion. So I'll walk around here. Ask. Give me your body. Good. Keep going. Keep walking. Right there. Keep everything in motion. Keep everything going. Okay, use that momentum to kind of help you out. Right here, ask, foot. Missed it. Help. Good. Back my foot up with my hand. Back my other side up. There. So I put that spur on. I had my hand up. He wasn't moving that hind leg. So I come in with my other leg. Come in here. Press. Good boy. Help myself out. Bring him over here. Keep him on this side. This is where my ideal position. I want to end up back over here. Ask. Help my foot out. Out. Ask. Good. Out. Ask. Nice. So I need to pick my hand up. A lot of people will start with their hand and then go to their foot. And what you're creating is a horse that when you pick your rein up, they move their hip. Okay? Make sure you ask with your foot first. There. See, I didn't need my hand. I have ask, help, and tell. Okay? So ask with my foot, help with my hand. Good. And if he needed it, I would tap with my left leg. Now he has to move it. Okay? So if I get aggressive with my left leg, he has to put his feet in motion. I'm using his body against him right here. That's what makes it the 1-to-1 ratio where if I ask with my foot, you give me your hip. That's the one way I can use his body against him. And there, that's much lighter, much better. That's what we're going for. Walk off. I got a little puff. That's what I want. And that's my ride. Okay? So breaking hips loose, getting control of your horse's hips, very important. Kind of a tricky deal. You can get yourself in a lot of trouble really quick if you go after those hips and you're not clear about what it is you're trying to get. Okay? So remember, it's always foot first, then hand, then outside leg. Your foot that you're asking with is not the foot that you kick with. And that's a huge deal to us. Okay, I don't want him to be confused about what he's supposed to do. That pressure doesn't change until you move away from it. So very simply, pressure on. That pressure doesn't change no matter what you do until, thank you, you move away from it. That's exactly what we want. Okay, thanks so much for tuning in today, guys. I'm Jeremy LaRose. This is LSH Live. I'll see you in the next video.
inside me, son of a god. I'm like a titan that's rising, oh, just you watch. I'm stepping into fate. There is no time to wait.